Hi, everyone. I just did a recording on an urgent call for the little ones, and I will put the link below. And I hope that you take the opportunity to listen to this because it's very important at this time. But the reason why I'm coming back on so shortly is because I had mentioned my experience with gray aliens, and I didn't want there to be any misunderstanding. And so I wanted to discuss the topic of aliens, celestial beings, star beings, species. They're called by many different names. And I wanted to share my own experience with that because in the last podcast, I talk about the trauma that the gray aliens had caused me. So I wanted to clarify this so that there was not misunderstanding or the concept that I'm trying to create fear, because that is the opposite of what my purpose is. My experience with gray aliens and my understanding is that they were being controlled by the Draco reptilians. And for all beings, no matter where they come from, what species they all have a purpose, just like humans, just like the different races. And so when I came into this lifetime, I did make a contract with the Greys, with the Draco reptilians, to have my experience. Now, there are many, many different species and celestial beings out there. And just to clarify, and all that I say here is my own experience, my own wisdom that I've tapped into. And not everyone will agree with me, and that is okay, because we all have our own wisdom, we all have our own experiences. And so these are my experiences, and this is the wisdom that I have been able to connect with my higher self and my source creator. So as I said, I had a contract coming in to have the experience that I did with the Greys and with the Draco reptilians. My understanding is that our connection with all the different species, all the different celestial beings, is based on the fact that we've had these other experiences in other lifetimes, in which we hold all of that within our crystalline DNA. So I have connections with certain celestial beings, but my understanding is that all the connections I have is because I've had another lifetime, another experience, and I hold that in my DNA. So the general public believes that our DNA is only based on the human race, and a lot of it's dormant or useless. And it is true, we have so much untapped abilities and gifts available to us if we're able to activate that crystalline DNA on whatever it represents. So my experience and my connection, I have many, many different connections with different species. Of course, I have a connection to my higher source, my higher self, to Christ consciousness, to Father, Mother, the Trinity, the I Am, God, Lord, Buddha. Your direct experience and your direct connection to source is your experience. And I honor that. So this is not to try to change anyone's experience, but it is to share my experience to maybe tap in or trigger that this could apply to you as well, or to even expand your knowledge in areas that you might not have. So I have certain beings that I connect with that are beautiful and loving, supportive, protective. They are my family. They might not look like me. They might not be in this 3D world, earth plane, but they are truly my family, my community, my teams, and they are so beautiful. Very, very beautiful. But they also come from different galaxies, different dimensions, different realms. And so the way that they look and the way they have emotions are different than what we have as humans. You understand the concept that in humanity, we have different races, different religions, different ethnicity. We all look different. We have blonde hair, black hair, blue eyes, brown eyes, red skin, yellow skin, black skin, white skin. We're all very different. And so when we look at other species, they all look very different than us because we're used to having a very closed-minded understanding of what we all should look like. My experience is that most of my connections are truly a blessing and a gift to me. They are the ones that I can always connect with. I connect with Mother Earth for her beauty, grounding me and offering me this body to live here on this earth plane. I connect to my higher self. I connect to my higher source in the many forms that it could be called. And so I always have this to connect with, to go directly to the source, to know my truth. But my community and my teams and my family are all over the universe, the galaxies, the cosmos. And I can always know 100% when I need them, they're there for me, loving me, guiding me, supporting me, and protecting me at all times. And so we do come in and we do have different connections, and we do have many lifetimes that we've lived. And they are not all human. By far, no. Now, there are some people that mostly are human, or all human lifetimes. But for me, my lifetimes as being human is a lot smaller percentage than I have been as other species. We have different lifetimes and different experiences, and then in this lifetime we choose which ones we're going to connect with, which ones are going to be more prevalent. And so I have been an Arcturian many times over, many lives, Sirian, Andromedan, Palladian, Mantis, and many others. But the ones I connect with, well, I connect with a lot of different species, but the ones that I work with the most are the Arcturians and the Mantis beings. I have been so blessed by the amount of creativity, the connection, the vibration, the support, the wisdom, having them walk side by side with me, to work with them as a team. And so over time, I'll be sharing more and more of this. But I didn't want anyone to misunderstand my previous podcasts talking about the fear and trauma of the Greys, who are and were controlled by the Draco reptilians. And so there are species, there are beings that are negative, just as humans are. It is upon your own discernment to determine whether someone is negative or positive, just like your relationships, your friendships, your coworkers, your neighbors, your family, your parents, your siblings. You determine what your relationship with them is and whether it's negative or positive. And that applies to other quote unquote aliens, celestial beings, star beings, other species. There are some that are negative and there's some that are positive. And I have had the opportunity to connect with so many beautiful beings that I don't know what I would do without them. Their support and their love and their protection is beyond anything that I can even communicate in words. Many of you know or might not know that I do light language transmissions, and that is my direct connection with these different beings, using the vibration to turn it into different languages, different sounds, and it always comes through beautifully in love and light. And as I said, I will be sharing more and more information of the wisdom, the prophecies that are coming through. If you have not had a chance, please look back at some of my podcasts so you can listen and receive the light language transmissions and downloading of codes. But again, I just wanted to share and not have any misunderstandings that within the human race, there's negative and positive, just like any other species, negative and positive. And you use your discernment within your heart, within your vibration, within your gut, to know your own truth and to remember what is one person's truth does not make it your truth. You must connect with your own resonance, source, vibration. You must connect with your higher source, your higher self, to know what your truth is. So again, thank you. I just wanted to add this additional podcast just to explain a little further. So I love you all. Many, many blessings. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks.